Welcome to my 2024 to 2025 Adolescence Portfolio. Due to my upgrade, everything will be done on computer from now on until I finally get to high school. Instead of paper inside a folder. Today I have prepared for you a presentation, which includes a slideshow and pictures, and a brief lecture on every single subject that I have participated in. Let's begin. The first subject I wanted to bring up is math. I have discovered many equations here, including but not limited to graphing, slope, midpoint, inequalities, and algebraic equations. One math equation that I enjoy are arithmetic sequences, which is the most recent one that we have done. It has an explicit formula to solve for a place in the sequence, which is an equals a1 plus the common difference, which is multiplied by n minus 1. The an is the unknown term, d is the common difference, how far apart the numbers are spaced, and the a1 is the first number shown in the sequence. My favorite math subject is pre-algebra, which is brain-ragging, nerve-destroying, and yet so calming at the same time. I am proud of what I have learned, and I cannot wait to destroy my neurons further. My goodness.
Cool.
The next thing I want to bring up is occupations, also known as science. I will briefly talk about the two courses I have taken in this trimester. The first one is agriculture, where we started farming, types of soils, and how to grow crops. The assignment given in this course, the final assignment given in this course, was to plant vegetables in the garden beds up front, which we mentioned earlier, and give each garden bed a different fertilizer: organic, manure, commercial, or simply no fertilizer at all. Of course, we would treat all the garden beds the same way, except for the fertilizer, and record all the differences. The second course was physics, and so far we have covered two branches: motion and energy. Motion is an act where an object moves, and it has different aspects such as speed, direction, displacement, and how quick it moves, also known as time. Energy is the ability to cause a change or operate work, and it has different kinds of energy, which are mechanical, moving something, sound, electrical, thermal, which is heat, and radiant, which is light. A lab I have done in this category is in the motion branch. I did this lab with Julian, where we had to race toy dinosaurs, time how fast they moved 2 meters, and calculate the average speed. For my next slide, I have Spanish. In general, I have assimilated pronouns, verbs, conjugating them, adjectives, and forming sentences. I have learned several new words in this subject and can now have basic conversations in Spanish. I regularly attend Kahoots in this and usually get first or second place, which makes me proud of myself. A project I have done, as seen here, is my character creator, where I had to draw and physically describe a character and what their likes are and hobbies that they do. Moving forward, we have my English language arts. Oh, whoops. I wrote it in the wrong direction. Oh, well. Next up, I have humanities. For this, I will discuss my education in three sections of the Constitution. First, the preamble. The preamble is the introduction or the beginning of the Constitution, which states how they want to make it fair for the United States, defend the people, and guarantee freedom for our descendants. Next are the 7 articles. The first one having 10 sections, which are about the following: Congress, the House of Representatives, the Senate, elections, powers and duties of Congress, rights and disabilities of members, the legislative process, powers of Congress, powers denied Congress, and powers denied to the states. The third and final one that we have learned so far are the amendments. There are 27 of them, with my personal favorite being the 13th, which abolished slavery. and the first 10 are called the Bill of Rights, which are written by James Madison. This is my Constitution journal, which has a translation of what we have done in the Constitution so far. Now can we go on to English language arts? Thank you. Moving forward, what?
Shape poem.
Thank you. Moving forward, we have my English language arts slide. For the subject, I will be talking about.
Okay, Daddy, don't interrupt.
For this slide, I will be talking about this trimester's unit of poetry. A poem is a form of writing used to tell stories, impress others, or perhaps convey secret messages. I found out about. Oh, my bad. I found out about 9 different poem types: the ABC, ballad, cinquain, diamante, haiku, limerick, shape, sonnet, and epic poems. For all of them, except for 2 of them, I simply wrote or typed a poem about what I wanted using that poem type. For example, I will write a shape poem about an animal, as seen here, or collaborate to create a sonnet. There are 2 where I was tasked to do something different. For the ballad, we listened to a song which was a ballad, and we're asked to write a reflection on what the story meant and what we think it applied to in our world. For the epic, I simply listened to a small portion of the Epic of Gilgamesh. Okay. For Socratic seminar, I had to select one of the 2 books to speak about: Forge or The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. Me, of course, being a middle effective teen, I chose this Habits of 7 Highly Effective Teens. In this book, it lists 7 different routines of successful and happy teens, which are to be proactive, begin with the end in mind, put first things first, think win-win, seek first to understand, then be understood, synergize, and sharpen the saw. When I am doing a Socratic seminar, I am required to read up to a certain page and write 3 questions about the section that we read. The 3 types are factual, interpretive, and evaluative. Oh no. Factual is a question about a fact in the book. For example, what did this character do? What did they say here? And interpretive asks what it means in the text. And evaluative puts you in a situation that the book contains. I also have to finish sections of a booklet that is supposed to assist with getting into these habits.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I have to.
That's right. Yep, go ahead. Okay.
Addison, you're doing great, baby.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For my personal growth in my work habits, I believe it's only expanded my work habits a little bit. I still find myself putting things off until the last day or week sometimes, and tend to get distracted and speak to others or do random stuff on the side. Another bug I have noticed is that very rarely I rush my work. Even though I do put things off, I still take my time to think about writing, punctuation, editing, working out the kinks, and overall making it look better in general. I'm working on myself to break these procrastination habits, and there's small progress, which is still progress, which makes me happy. On the bright side of my work, I do turn in most works on time, some even earlier than the requested due date. And I plan out my essays with outlines, triple check it, and make sure that everything is in place. On the other hand, it is my social growth. I do not see a difference between myself now and then. I still do what I usually do when it comes to socializing. I make sure that they are happy with what I am saying. I stop talking when they ask me to stop talking, and they are overall uncomfortable with what I am speaking. And I try to keep everyone in a good shape. I try to I keep my relationships with everyone stable. I try to make sure that everyone is happy. But when it comes to other relationships, no thank you. I want them to work it out. I offer comfort from the sidelines, but I do not want to be involved in the argument. I will watch it, but I will not be involved. I'm sorry. I still accept people for who they are. I think I am rather kind, and I make sure to accept them. I already said that. I still am myself around other people, and I overall think that my social skills are very good. No, I used the forbidden word. Okay, where did it go? In PE, I have done 5 courses so far. Swimming, baseball, volleyball, kickball, and track. All led by Meg, Jacob, Holland and Dylan, Olivia and Harper, and Julian respectively. My top favorites are track, baseball, and swimming so far. In track, I learned the 3-point start, proper running form. That's all it says. In baseball, I have learned how to hit the ball, catch with a glove, and how the game works in a further, and how the game works deeper. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. In swimming, I learned I learned 3 different strokes in swimming, which is the breaststroke, butterfly stroke, and freestyle. I am thrilled to have familiarized myself with all of these lessons, and honestly, I think they are very good for survival. I can't anymore.
Doing great.
Okay, thank you. For my artwork, here is a piece I worked on in November. I was to create an abstract piece of art using only simple shapes and the primary colors. I made what I call Watching Commander. The main feature of the piece is what seems to be sound waves, and a man standing above it and holding a cube that glows. I chose this piece because I genuinely enjoy glaring at it, and it was actually very fun to make. While making this, I discovered I undeniably enjoy making abstract art, and I enjoy how the art looks and makes me feel. Most of the time, it makes me feel warm inside. As my portfolio comes to a close, I want to talk about 3 final points. My first final point is my work. I feel I'm not doing my absolute best, but I still put most of my effort into my works, my essays, and my tests, and each subject. My grades are up to my standards, 70% and above, and I plan on moving it up to 80% and above tomorrow, and for the rest of the year, and for the rest of next year. Secondly, my goals for next year and my summer. My first goal is to plan out my days with more efficiency and accuracy. My next goal is to attempt turning in all my work without missing any work or turning it in late. And for my final goal, I wish to work on myself enough to end my procrastination when it comes to projects of absolute importance. For my last point, I wanted to thank my teachers, Miss Melanie and Miss Kim, for enlightening me with these delightful lessons. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Yay!